JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, businessman shot dead in Riverton Meadows. A businessman was shot and killed in the community of Riverton Meadows in St. Andrew on Tuesday. Dead is 64-year-old Norman Dunkley of Portmore, St. Catherine. Reports are that Dunkley, who reportedly operated a trucking company in Riverton Meadows, was walking in the community about 11 a.m. when he was pounced upon by a gunman who shot him several times. A licensed farm holder was in the vicinity challenged the gunman. However, he eventually fled the area. Dunkley was later pronounced dead at hospital. A motive for the murder has not been established. The Huntsville police are investigating. Pathways murder accused to undergo psychiatric evaluation. Andrea Ruddock, who is charged for the killing of a woman at Pathways International Kingdom Restoration Ministries in St. James, reportedly confessed to the murder. The Home Circuit Court was told this morning that Ruddock reportedly made the confession in a caution statement to the police in the presence of two justices of the peace on October 18, one day after the alleged incident. This was disclosed by lead prosecutor, Director of Public Prosecutions Paula Llewellyn this morning. Ruddock is charged with the murder of 39-year-old Tanika Gardner during an alleged sacrificial ritual at Pathways International on October 17. He's been represented by attorneys Anthony Williams and Venice Brown. Almost an hour of damning allegations was read out by the Crown. Among other things, the court heard that Ruddock was ordained by the church's leader, Pastor Kevin Smith, as Archangel Gabriel on the night of the murder. It was reported that congregants were told to come to church dressed in all white for a special service, as they were told that they will be going on a heavenly journey aboard an ark. It has been alleged that a congregant was told by Smith to slash Gardner's throat. It is further been alleged that when the person refused to carry out the instructions, Ruddock took the knife and slashed the woman's throat. The court this morning ordered that a psychiatric report be done on the accused. Ruddock was further remanded and is to reappear in court on December 7. Ruddock was charged last week Monday after being transferred from St. James to Kingston. Fatal collision in Westmoreland. 30-year-old Doreen Barnaby of Top Lincoln District, Granger in Westmoreland, died as a result of injuries she received in a motor vehicle accident on the Sheffield Main Road in the parish on Sunday, October 31. Reports from the Negril police are that about 7 p.m. a Toyota Altis motor car was traveling towards Sheffield when the driver of the Altis allegedly lost control of the motor vehicle, which collided with a Nissan Tida motor car that was traveling in the opposite direction. Barnaby, who was a passenger in the Toyota Altis, sustained multiple injuries and was taken to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. Both drivers were treated for minor injuries. Illegal gun seized in St. Andrew, man arrested. The police are reporting the siege of an illegal gun in Tower Hill, St. Andrew, and the arrest of a man. It is reported that about 4:30 yesterday afternoon, a team was in the area when a man was seen along a roadway with a bulge in his waistband. The police say was accosted, searched, and a 9mm Taurus PT-24-7 Pro with 12 9mm cartridges taken from him. The man's identity has been withheld pending further investigations. Man killed, 3 others injured in Manchester crash. A man was killed and 3 others injured in a crash on the Richmond Main Road in Manchester on Monday night. The deceased has been identified by the police as 26-year-old Jaheem Reed of Shudley Housing Scheme in the parish. The police report that about 11:15 p.m., a Honda Fit motor car was traveling along the roadway when the driver allegedly lost control of the vehicle, crashed into a concrete structure, and overturned. The police were alerted, and all 4 occupants of the vehicle were transported to hospital, where Reed was pronounced dead. The others were admitted. Transport Authority concerned with recent abduction of 3 women by alleged PPV operator. The Transport Authority is expressing grave concern at the report of the recent abduction of 3 women by unscrupulous individuals in a white Toyota Probox motor car alleged to be registered as a public passenger vehicle. The women were abducted in the corporate area on Monday, November 1. The police said that 2 of the women were released on Tuesday, November 2, at about 7:30 a.m. in the vicinity of the Kingston Public Hospital, and the 3rd woman released in the Dwayne Park area of St. Andrew. 1 woman was taken to hospital and treated. Noting that it is happy for the safe return of these women, the Transport Authority said it is working in collaboration with the police to investigate the matter. Meanwhile, it is fast-tracking the implementation of the Travel Pal application, which is one of a number of safety measures announced by the Minister of Transport and Mining, Robert Montague, in his 16-point plan to reform public transportation. When implemented, the authority said the application should empower commuters by allowing them to scan or type in the license plates of public transport vehicles to determine if the vehicle is licensed by the authority and share their journey with loved ones. It should also enhance the authority's intelligence capabilities for undertaking targeted road monitoring interventions to minimize incidents that threaten passenger safety. Some teachers still awaiting summer school payment. Despite the Ministry of Education's promise to settle outstanding summer school payments to teachers by October 29, some of the educators reportedly still have not received a dime. One teacher who had participated in the Recover Smarter National School Learning and Intervention Plan has come forward stating that she and others within Region 2 have not been paid up to Monday. The teacher, who wished to remain anonymous, explained that she has tried on many occasions to contact the ministry in order to get answers and an approximate date for payment, but has only been given the runaround. I contacted the ministry and other relevant personnel about same on multiple occasions, and have only experienced being connected to many different parties who gave me evasive and vague responses pertaining to it. So even though I can't get a definitive answer to say, okay, it will be made by XYZ time, despite the statements that the ministry made publicly, she said, I've checked my account up to Monday morning and nothing is there. Persons that I've worked with haven't received payment either. I know it cannot be anything pertaining to documentation, because if that was the case, I would have been contacted a long time ago, so it's not documentation, the teacher added. She shared that she's expecting a payment of approximately $90,000 to $100,000 Jamaican dollars for teaching during summer school, and stated that this non-payment has had an effect on her. It has affected me tremendously. We are adults. We all have bills to take care of. When I signed up for this, yes, I signed up for my students and would have sacrificed our summer holiday in service of our students, but also with the expectation that the ministry would have paid us in a timely manner, she shared. Since the conclusion of the summer program, which ran from July 5 to August 19, the ministry has indicated on different occasions that payment would be made, the latest of which was last Friday, where the statement was given that teachers and affected staff in schools should be paid no later than October 29. When they sent out the statement about requesting workers, didn't make it seem as if it would be this difficult to be compensated by them. Now you are there, and you are wondering if they are ever going to pay you, the disgruntled teacher said. White Marl Primary School gets assistance to log on. This Friday, the White Marl Primary School in St. Catherine will be receiving 7 laptops at a handover ceremony at the institution, courtesy of Tropical Sun Food, a company out of the United Kingdom. The school's principal, Milton C. Brown, who has been using his motorbike to reach absent students, said he has been receiving a tremendous amount of support and feedback since he shared his story in the October 5 publication of The Star. Brown recently purchased a motorcycle, which he calls the ministry machine, and once he locates the students, he then sees how best he can assist them to get logged on. I honestly did not know that the Star readership was so wide, and I'm really thankful for everything. Persons have been reaching out from all over. The word has been getting around in a major way, and persons have been pledging their support up to yesterday. Currently, there are persons in the US who are trying to get us some Chromebooks for the students, but they're having a challenge with the importation and the duties attached to them. So we're asking the government if they can help us with that, he said. The educator said he has also been receiving pledges from other persons who are prepared to offer assistance. What we have done is to do deeper research to see how many Chromebooks and other items we need, because we're not going to provide for the greedy, but the needy. So we have wound it down to about 65 units that is needed for the students to be fully functional. We are pushing for Chromebooks, but where we get laptops, we give those to the upper school students who are about to transition to high school, he said. Almost 300 students are currently enrolled at the school, and Brown says the numbers continue to grow as the registration process continues. Brown said Ministry Machine and his team are still doing their rounds in White Marl and surrounding areas to locate absent students. So far, we have found over a dozen students. What we find out is that when we find one student, we tend to find multiple, because there are usually more than one of our students living there. So when we find like siblings, we count them as one instead of saying we find 2 or 3. We feel really encouraged, Brown said. White Marl Primary is among the 376 primary schools selected to reopen for face-to-face classes, beginning on Monday, November 8. 46 new COVID cases in Jamaica, 3 more deaths. The Ministry of Health and Wellness reported 46 new COVID-19 cases and 3 deaths on Tuesday, November 2, bringing the local infection total to 89,216 and the virus death toll to 2,249. The deaths occurred between October 24 and November 1, 2021. The new cases comprised 27 females and 19 males with ages ranging from 4 months to 89 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew 13, Portland 8, St. Anne 7, St. Catherine 7, St. James 7, Westmoreland 2, Hanover and Trelawney 1 each. The deceased are a 72-year-old female from Clarendon, a 74-year-old male from Manchester, and a 61-year-old male from St. Anne. In the meantime, 172 more people recovered in the last 24 hours, bringing total recoveries to 58,439. Currently, 260 people are hospitalized, 24 of which are severely ill, while 14 are critically ill and 50 are moderately ill. According to the Health Ministry, there are 27,907 confirmed active COVID-19 cases on the island. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.